Before you buy a land in Nigeria, you have to know the land title, the land documents, and the documents you'll be given after you purchase the property. I am Shalamuneli, your real estate consultant based in the city of Abuja, Nigeria, and today we'll be talking about land titles and land documentation in Nigeria. So let's start from the beginning. One thing you need to know is that every land, according to the Land Use Act of 1978, belongs to the Nigerian government. Yes, all lands in Nigeria belongs to the government for regulation purposes, and so they are in charge, or they own all the lands in Nigeria. So let's say a real estate company wants to develop a portion of land, or a community wants to develop the land, or an individual. All they have to do is to go ask the government, and the process of the government releasing that land to the individual or the real estate company is called excision. So when the government has released the land to the individual or the real estate company or the company or the community, the land has been excised. So you hear excision in progress, excision in process. That means the government is releasing the land. They have not released it yet. So that is different. So when you see here, or you see there's a document excision in process, be careful, because the land has not been released yet to the real estate company or the individual selling it to you. And it may take a while, it may take years, you don't know when. So my advice is run away from this kind of land. Go for lands that have been excised, that has an excision. So when a land has been excised or released to the individual, you will be given an excision number. There will be an excision number on that property. Number 2, a registered survey. So the property has been excised. The next thing is to get a registered surveyor to survey the land, to get the exact measurement of the land, precise measurement of the land. This should be done by a registered surveyor, and you'll be given a registered survey plan. Number 3, a gazette. So the excision number that you have and the registered survey will be taken to the general surveyor's office and be registered in a book. The book is called the Gazette. So you say this land has been gazetted, so it is registered and it is duly registered in the Gazette. So when you hear a land has been gazetted, that is a good land to go for. That is like a good investment to go for. So 1, an excision. 2, a registered survey. 3, a gazette. The next thing is a C of O. Number 4, a C of O. Simply means certificate of occupancy. This is given by the government to an individual stating that we have released this land to you. And a certificate of occupancy is for a period of 99 years, after which it should be renewed. So you have to be aware of this. The next is the deed of assignment. Deed of assignment is simply a transfer of ownership from the seller to the buyer. This document shows that Mr. A is selling to Mr. B. And one thing that must be in a deed of assignment is the recital. This shows the history of the land, the origin of the land. That is the original owner. Let's say Mr. A sold to Mr. B, Mr. B then sold to Mr. C, Mr. C is now selling to Mr. D. So you can't just have a property that says, and Mr. D is selling to Mr. E. Where is Mr. A? Where is Mr. B? So it's a good deed of assignment, has the origin and history of the land and the owners of the land, the original owners of the land. So when you get a deed of assignment, read it, make sure there's a recital, and make sure the recital is properly spelled out. The next thing that must be in a deed of assignment is that it must be stamped and duly signed by the real estate company, by the seller that is selling to you, the individual. So make sure these things are there, the recital, and make sure your name must be written out boldly. So let's say you and your wife are buying a property. Your name is Mr. Okon Jide, and your wife's name is Mrs. Okon Ada. So it will be written there, Mr. Jide Okon and Mrs. Ada Okon. Let it be written out clearly. Have a recital. Your name must be well written, and then it must be duly signed and stamped by the real estate company. So let's talk about deed of assignment and C of O. So as an individual, if you want to buy a plot from an estate or plot from an estate, you'll be given a deed of assignment, and the estate already has a general C of O or a global C of O. You can't go and get your own personal C of O for your plots. What will be done is that you're given a deed of assignment, and then a copy of the C of O will be given to you. Those are the documents you'll be given when you buy in an estate that already has a C of O. Another thing that you need, another document you need to have is your receipt. Every payment you make, there should be a receipt. Real estate is done in millions of naira, and you need to have a receipt. When you make a payment, the seller should give you a receipt. This is very important in your transaction. So the titles and land documentations that you need to know: 1, an excision; 2, a registered survey; 3, a Gazette; 4, C of O, certificate of occupancy; and then deed of assignment. If you're interested in getting a property or investing in real estate here in the city of Abuja, Nigeria, please give me a call with the numbers you're seeing on your screen. Please subscribe to the channel, as we'll be dropping informative tips on how to invest and get high return on your investment in real estate here in the city of Abuja, Nigeria. Up until next time, keep smiling, keep investing, and stay happy.